Data according to the United Nations World Food Programme says 30.6 million Nigerians face acute food insecurity. Experts blame on many factors which include the security challenges in the North and Middle Belt, post-harvest losses, poor storage facility, and a couple of other issues. Over the years, there have been efforts at boosting food production in Nigeria, taking advantage of its over 70 million hectares of land, multiple agroecological zones, and a climate favorable for year-round farming. There have been several other such interventions by governments at council, state, and federal levels, including the Produce for Lagos program and the 500 billion naira guarantee fund scheme by the Lagos state government. In September, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Yari, said the prices of food items have crashed across the country, but some Nigerians differ, saying they are yet to feel the ease.
Before, we said chicken for it before, but now we sell 5,000 naira.
This one, before, they're selling 300, now they're selling 500 because only don't cost. Down, they're selling, before they're selling 3,500, now they're selling 6,000. Everything don't cost.
About 2 months ago, we are buying the food. Like you rice or back of rice is 70-something thousand naira, like 75, 78, 73. But now 60, 62, 50, 55 safe. So if I look, it's gone down now. Not to say like if you have increasing the price now.
2025 marks the 80th anniversary of the annual World Food Day, which is celebrated on October the 16th every year. This year with the theme, Hand in Hand for Better Food and a Better Future, the United Nations target building a peaceful, sustainable, and food-secure future where everyone has access to a healthy diet. To achieve this, experts suggest the way forward must be comprehensive, from tackling insecurity to investing in climate resilience farming to improving storage, irrigation, and transportation systems. That's in addition to strengthening farmers' cooperatives, access to finance and research. With the right investment, policies, and protection for its farmers, Nigeria may be on its way from food insecurity to food sovereignty. Because in a nation so richly blessed, no one should go hungry.
If you order Bolt, InDrive, or Uber and you see this man run for your life.
Immediately I entered this man's car, there was something hanging in front of his mirror. It looked so fetish and...
But this same man picked me up, May 3rd, and he did the same thing.
Oh, chef Bolt, chef Uber, chef InDrive.
I'm getting scared because like, oh my God, what if he's the one? You guys, please be careful.
This is the man who goes around in Bolt, InDrive, and Uber, allegedly robbing women of their belongings, raping ladies in his ride, and pretending to offer safe transport while carrying knives, scissors, guns, and other weapons in his car.
This guy has pepper spray, he has gun, he has sharp weapons, whatever.
For months, young women have cried out, sharing stories of their painful encounters with this predator. They talk about how he allegedly threatens them, hurts them, and strips them not just of their possessions, but of their dignity.
And you are telling me I'm not with your food. He's like, you want me to kill you here? Immediately now brought out the knife. He was not holding the knife. He said he's going to stab me to death. Started diverting to another route. That do I have condom inside my bag? Look at what he was asking me. I said I don't have condom inside my bag. He now searched my bag that he's going to send my body in parts. That he already has people that will buy my body.
Despite these cries and warnings, he is still on the road. He is still picking up unsuspecting women and still moving through Uber, Bolt, and InDrive like a hunter, waiting for his next victim. And the most heartbreaking question remains, why is a man like this still allowed to drive? Why has no company taken firm action to protect the very people they promise safety to?
Uber are still allowing this man to drive after he has victimized a lot of girls. Every day they're going to complain about our riders. Every day.
So why would Uber and Bolt and InDrive allow a known criminal walk with them?
Will you be employing a highway robber to be on the highway picking people?
Every day that passes without justice is another day of risk for countless women. What use is technology if it cannot protect the vulnerable? What good is business when it ignores the cries of the broken? To the companies, the question is simple. How many more women must be hurt before you act? How many more tears must fall before you listen?
Please, Nigerian police, come to our help. Like, the government should look into it, police, they should look into it, and even close to like 8 or more were saying, oh, I've inside this man car before, or I'm a victim, or I almost got kidnapped. What? The worst part of this issue is that it has been reported to the police, but police did nothing about it.
To every reader, this is not just a story. This is a call to wake up, a call to demand safety, a call to make sure that no man, no matter how cunning, is allowed to use the wheel as a weapon against women again. Because as long as this man is allowed to drive, every woman on the road is in danger.
The government is not doing anything. Somebody should do something about this guy.
Every single day, Lagos generates over 13,000 metric tons of solid waste, more than many African countries produce in a week. But less than half of this waste is properly collected or disposed, while the rest piles up in streets, markets, and growing dump sites across the city, turning communities into ticking time bombs. From Ojota to Agege, Ayobo to Iyanoba, and across Lagos, waste is piling up faster than it can be managed, threatening both the health of residents and the environment.
Very, very hard, like just to struggle for myself and for my kids too. So that life in this place is just like, just for you to look for somewhere to just hide your head, just put your head.
And they face a lot of challenges here in this place because like what I'm saying here, the place they live, kind of work they do, where they cook and what they eat every day, it's going to affect them because many of them are here just for them to survive.
There is just one of two things that is come up, is that they will have to sell something before they will see money here to eat. Either they sell plastic or a rubber or keg or nylon, so they'll need to sell it. They'll work hard to get the money here. But in this place, you see a lot of people, they are living here. It's not like they don't have the money to rent house, but the money is too hard for them to see. Even though if they see the money safe, they will have to buy something. If rain fall, you will see a lot of water before you are coming into this place.
But beyond residents, thousands of people depend on these dump sites for survival, selling food and scavenging recyclables in risky and unhealthy conditions just to make a living. The question remains, how is the government tackling this challenge, and what is the plan for communities like Ojota, where the health of thousands is at stake?
We have monitoring and compliance officers who go around to enforce environmental laws. So since last year, we've arrested and prosecuted close to 200 offenders for littering, for dumping bulk waste. And we've also sealed a lot of facilities, commercial facilities that have not been obeying the environmental laws. We need to reduce the amount of waste we're generating. We need to reuse as much of that waste as possible, and also to recycle as much as possible. And that's the gospel we've been taking throughout the state. We're currently running a 2-bin system in Lagos. We have 2 bins, a green bin for general waste and a blue bin for mixed recyclables. And we have 80,000 of those, which we're selling through our websites. The 2 legacy dump sites at Olusosun and Solus 3 in Igodo. Each dump site will be replaced by a transfer loading station. From these transfer loading stations, we'll transport waste to new material recovery facilities, one in Ikorodu and one in Badagry. And those 2 sites collectively will process about 4,000 tons of waste out of the 13,000 we generate daily.
With this sensitization, we hope that the market women actually comply with the rules of the Thursday sanitation. That's number 1, which is very essential. Number 2 is to keep their goods and the things they sell in the proper places they are meant to keep them. Trade in the proper places they are meant to trade. Don't trade on the walkway. Abide by the rules. Leave the amount of meters that's left to be on the road for cars and vehicles to, to move around. And not only that alone, it's also essential for our market women as well. Once they are done with the day's trade, they should clean and sweep, the place that they've carried out their trade, their stores and their shops, put it in a proper, nice waste bin, tie it up, and take it to where the LOMA operatives are meant to carry out, their duties, and make sure the disposal is as neat and as clean as possible. Because that's where we buy our food, that's where we buy a lot of things to take to our houses, and if it's not properly kept and the hygiene is not well done, we run dangers and risk of having food disease and disease outbreak.
While government agencies continue to emphasize citizen responsibilities, residents insist that stronger intervention and real actions are urgently needed to prevent further environmental and health crises.
In addition, we have waste-to-energy projects planned for our Ekpe dump site, which has been closed. That's by the free trade zone. There's going to be a waste-to-energy plant there to be constructed by Harvest Waste, a Dutch company. And that waste-to-energy plant will take in about 2,500 tons of waste daily to generate 60 to 80 megawatts of electricity to power the future of Lagos. LOMA has a partnership with Lamata to build a biogas plant that will take in organic waste, both solid and liquid organic waste, and generate biomethane to power the mass transit fleet of Lamata and the compactor trucks that we use for collection of waste statewide.
For us as a local government, it's something we've done with our legislative arm within us here at Agege local government, is to make sure that anyone caught disposing waste the wrong way is going to be fined 50,000 naira, and they would also sign an agreement that allows us to know that once they do the same thing again, is either they pay more fine, and also we also hand them over to the necessary authorities to carry out all other regulations on the all other enforcement on them. For example, some people actually go to serve jail term, in regards to dropping refuse, illegally. That's one thing. And also environmental sanitation. People that don't sanitize, carry out sanitation in their houses, clean their drainages, will seal up their houses and ensure they pay a fine. After sensitization, which is the month of September, we are also going straight to inner street sweeping. We'll be bringing out our people from the communities who will be appointed as street sweepers, and we'll pay them to make sure our inner streets are clean. We'll be making sure we carry along and then stakeholders around the ones that are nominated by the government to sweep the major highways, across our local governments. Also, we are building an enforcement team, creating an enforcement team to manage people who have decided that they want to drop waste illegally. And not only that, we are also creating a drainage team that will be clearing all drainages across our local governments. We are also empowering and ensuring that we strengthen our own local security operatives to help us ensure that we catch people who are dropping waste illegally.
For now, Lagosians wait and hope that promises of cleaner, safer communities will move beyond talks and become a reality. Imisioluwa Afumisho, African News 24 TV.
Every morning, we wake up to breaking news that breaks something inside us. Another girl gone, another mother wailing.
morning, I am Lydia Ajayi and welcome to Africa News 24 TV. Here is the latest news at 10 a.m. bringing you updates from security, politics, business, sports and entertainment. We begin with reports from the power sector as Nigeria may be facing the risk of widespread power outages following a sharp reduction in gas supply to several power generation companies across the country. The gas shortfall is reportedly linked to mounting debts owed to gas suppliers by electricity distribution companies and some government agencies, forcing suppliers to cut deliveries to power plants. This has already affected electricity generation in parts of the country. Some electricity distribution companies have issued notices to customers warning of possible prolonged outages if the situation persists. Experts say the problem is being compounded by pipeline vandalism and infrastructure challenges. They are now calling on the federal government to urgently intervene to settle outstanding debts and protect gas infrastructure in order to avert a nationwide blackout. Meanwhile, President Bola TINUBU has held last-minute talks with leaders of the Nigeria Labour Congress in a bid to avert a planned nationwide protest. The closed-door meeting took place at the presidential villa in Abuja and was attended by key government officials alongside labor leaders. The protest was called over concerns bordering on insecurity and economic hardship. Labour leader says they would consult with their members nationwide before taking a final decision on whether the protest would proceed. Government officials assured Labour of renewed efforts to address their concerns. The outcome of the consultations is expected to determine the next line of actions in the coming days. Moving on, the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Engineer Farouk Ahmed, has dismissed allegations made against him by businessman Aliko Dangote, insisting he cannot be intimidated over regulatory decisions. Dangote had accused the NMDPRA boss of regulatory bias and questioned how he funded his children's education abroad, suggesting possible financial impropriety. Responding, Ahmed described the allegations as misleading and politically motivated. He explained that the education expenses were covered through merit-based scholarships, a family education trust established by his late father, and personal savings accumulated over decades in public service. Ahmed maintained that all regulatory decisions taken by the authority are guided strictly by law and national interest, adding that it remains open to scrutiny by anti-corruption agencies. And now to politics. The chairman of the Labour Party in Nasarawa State, Alexander Ombugu, has dismissed reports suggesting the existence of an interim management committee within the party at both national and state levels. Speaking at a press conference in Lafia, Ombugu described the claims as false, misleading and deliberately designed to confuse party members and the public. He stressed that the Labour Party constitution makes no provision for any interim leadership arrangement, noting that only duly elected executives are recognized at all levels of the party. Ombugu added that those spreading the rumors are not members of the party and should be ignored. He reaffirmed that the current Nasarawa State Executive emerged from congresses duly monitored by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and pledged the state chapter's continued loyalty and support to the party's national leadership. Tension is brewing within the African Democratic Congress following a disagreement between the party's National Secretary, Rauf Aregbesola, and the Forum of State Chairmen over the announcement of Congress dates ahead of the 2027 general elections. The disagreement followed a circular issued by Aregbesola proposing dates for ward, local government and state congresses as well as a non-elective national convention. The national leadership insists the timetable aligns with party resolutions and constitutional provisions. However, the Forum of State Chairmen rejected the circular, describing it as unauthorized and insisting that the National Executive Committee did not approve it. The forum also claimed that the party's national chairman, Senator David Mark, was not aware of the notice. Despite the disagreements, the party's National Publicity Secretary, Bolaji Abdullahi, has dismissed claims of division, insisting that ADC remains united and focused on internal restructuring ahead of the next general elections. In Gombe State, the 2023 governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Jibrin Bade, has defected to the African Democratic Congress. Bade announced his defection at his residence, where he formally presented his ADC membership card. He confirmed that he left the PDP earlier in 2025 due to dissatisfaction with the party's direction. According to him, the ADC offers a fresh political platform capable of addressing insecurity, infrastructural deficits, and governance challenges in Gombe State. The defection adds to growing political realignment across the country as politicians reposition ahead of the 2027 general elections. On the foreign scene, the United States has announced new entry restrictions affecting Nigeria and 23 other countries. The policy, according to U.S. authorities, is aimed at strengthening national security and improving vetting and screening processes. Nigeria is subject to partial restrictions affecting certain visa categories. The development has sparked concerns over its potential impact on travel. Education's big reactions are expected as stakeholders continue to assess the implications of the new policy. And that is the latest news at 10 a.m. I am Lydia Ajayi, bringing you the most important updates from across Africa and the world on Africa News 24 TV. Stay tuned for more development throughout the day. Good morning.